right, guys. Welcome to take 2 of today's episode.
No. See, I want to die.
Why?
I don't know, bro.
Oh my god. Oh. Sometimes fuck you, sometimes fuck me, sometimes go fuck yourself.
I'm significantly spooked because my sister, actually just came into my room. Behind me and gave me...
What the fuck?
I think she gave me some distilled water because I asked her to get me some. Yes, she did. What a sweet lass. Thank you, Noelle. You're the best. Okay, so,
I fucking hate today.
You hate today?
I hate today.
I hate today. Everybody. Oh my god.
Whatever. Fuck. You guys aren't getting another intro. We've tried to do it like fucking 3 times already.
I'm
fuck
giving him
shit.
one. Sometimes.
I already said it.
You did?
Sometimes fuck you. Sometimes fuck me. Sometimes go fuck yourself.
Then welcome to the Double D experience. You guys don't understand.
Happy New Year's, you fuckers.
We just recorded this episode.
I don't know why I'm so angry too. It's like you should be mad at myself.
You have every right to be angry. I don't blame you.
I know, but I'm like taking it out on like the audience instead of me. Like I don't know
on the audience.
Like you guys did nothing wrong. Like, this whole like fucking bullshit. I guess like David just explained.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm not going to give it to the audience because the audience gave us a lot of love on last week's episode.
Yes.
So honestly, thank you for that. And shout outs again to the one guy who was, really mad that I was talking trash about polyamory.
Oh yeah. I guess I left that in the last take, but I low key don't believe you, my guy. So if you want to prove that to me, then just send me I don't know, the pictures of the 2 lasses you boning. Anyways, yeah, David.
Send that to us at the Double D Experience 21. Dennis is the one who he runs that account. So.
I will be judge, jury, and executioner to the pictures you sent me.
Judge Steve Harvey.
It's just gonna be like 2 OnlyFans girls. It's like, yeah, I have a great relationship with these 2.
I'm subscribed to both. One of them is free. No, honestly, whatever works for you, But just like some people don't believe in Jeebus, I don't believe in that. I don't know. We all have our own experiences. So speaking of experiences,
Yeah, today was...
oh, my lord. Listen to me. We already wanted to make this episode a short one, right? Because
David's dying,
yesterday,
if you couldn't tell.
I didn't even warm up my voice for this episode because I didn't have the energy to. Because yesterday, I got the COVID booster. And let me tell you guys something.
It's got some
the
hands,
freaking booster got hands.
Got hands.
Holy fuck.
It's like Mike Tyson.
Holy
right now. It's like,
I just injected in your arm.
I'm going to destroy your life.
Dude,
literally.
You guys don't understand. The vaccines did like nothing to... I was lethargic, and that was it. Got my immunity. For like a day. For like a day, 2 days, I was lethargic when I got the shots back in April and May of this year. But this fucking booster... guys, I'm not exaggerating when I say that this thing, and this is all relevant to why me and Dennis are very pissed off right now. Like, this friggin' booster made me
I wanted
more
to make this
sick
whole thing
than I've been in, this. It's literally, I have not been this sick in 2 years.
And it's for that very reason that I wanted to make this one short for David's sake, because I want him to get some fucking rest, because he's got to sweat this shit out for tomorrow. And not to mention, we're gonna also have a New Year's Eve party on Friday with me and my friends and him. So it's like, you gotta be well for that.
If I can't drink at that shit, I'm gonna be extra mad at my parents for making me get the fucking booster this week. Didn't even want the booster this week. But they're like, your Optimus Prime variant.
The Unicron
fucking
variant.
So basically what me and Dennis did, another big reason that we really, really, really wanted to get this episode out, regardless of me literally powering through a fever right now. I'm not even kidding. Last night, I literally had a raging fever. I was fucking sweating. Literally, my head was so heavy that it felt like an elephant was just, lodged his ass onto my cranium. It was really bad. Chills and all. And I'm feeling a little bit better today. It's a vaccine sickness. You know how it is. I'm just building the immunity. But I'm still feeling awful after even working today and shit. But me and Dennis still... I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm sure a lot of you diehard fans since day one, ever since, Final Fantasy VII's ridiculous beauty standards in the first ever episode, we have not missed a single week.
Perfect attendance, baby. Bing bong.
And believe it or not, me and Dennis, we actually do take a lot of pride in that, in the fact that we started this little baby of ours together, and we have not missed a single week of it since its inception. And we're going to go a full year without missing a single one. So, despite, despite today and my vaccine booster and, us having plans for Friday and me working as much as I do and stuff like that, we're like, fuck it, we're getting it out. We're going to do it. Yeah. Then Dennis.
This is my turn to speak now.
You're...
I have a very temperamental webcam, apparently, that I moved it an inch off of my screen, and it just decided, like, oh, we're going to be Enola Gay and just drop the fucking A-bomb like thing on Hiroshima right now and just completely nuke this damn recording that we had. We literally had a good 35 minutes in for the last one, and it just decided, you know what, guys? You guys seem like you're having a good time. How about I just take that good time and just snap it over my fucking knee? And it literally ruined the audio. And then...
It stopped recording Dennis's audio, like, completely for some reason.
Yeah, it just completely fucked it for take one. Because believe it or not, this is not take two. This is take three.
Don't make me laugh. You're going to make me cough.
This is take 3 because the second take lasted 4 minutes.
Not even.
Literally. And 4 minutes, fucking 40 seconds, literally.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, so the first time, my webcam just decided, you know what? I'm going to shit the bed. The second time, my Wi-Fi decided I'm gonna shit the bed as well. And literally within a minute or two of David talking, it went completely quiet. And then what do I see on my screen afterwards? Sorry, your session is disconnected. David, if I was literally if I was like 5 years younger, I would have literally just like let out the loudest fuck in the this fucking tri-state area is ever
At least
heard.
Riverside like gave you like a sorry, like the session disconnected message.
Yeah.
All my thing shit went was like silence and nothing else on my screen, and I'm like, it says he's still in the call. Like, oh no, he's gone. Dennis, hello, Dennis, and then just no response. I'm like, fuck.
So
not to mention the fact that you remember before we even started recording, my computer froze when it was booting up.
Yeah,
remember?
I don't know what it is, guys. Like, I think the stars are literally telling us, like, the heavens just be speaking and saying, you fucking dumbasses ain't recording today. But we basically saying, go fuck yourself. Yes, we are. And now we're catching fate's hands right now. Like,
look, man, God tried to wipe out the boomers with this virus, and now he's like fucking bestowing the vaccine of it upon me, and I am fighting tooth and nail right here. Look, God, I know, like, maybe I pissed God off when I was talking about how I don't like polyamory last week. Maybe that was it.
Maybe it might have been Old Testament God that you're pissing
Facts.
off.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because New Testament God is a pretty nice guy from what I've heard.
Yeah, he changed.
Yeah,
he changed. Yeah.
He really calmed down when he had the kid, you know.
Which leads us into this week's topic, which is Christmas. Funny enough. The point is, guys, this episode's fucking cursed. I'm sick. My computer took forever to boot up. Like, Dennis's webcam shit the bed. And then after we fucking fixed that, which would have been hard enough to edit around regardless, his fucking Wi-Fi crapped itself.
Yeah.
By all intents and purposes, y'all are fucking lucky you're getting an episode this week at all. But again,
But funny thing was, David, you said that on take 1. And now you guys
yeah, because they're lucky enough because I'm fucking sick.
Yeah.
I got a fucking fever that I'm powering through here, motherfucker. I didn't warm up my pipes. I'm screaming through the scratchiness. I'm going to edit this thing immediately when we're done. It's already hot as balls in my room.
It's also going to be...
I'm still thinking about the dude at the Best Buy who fucking cursed me out because I didn't know how much a hoverboard is, when in the fucking first place, I'm wearing red, you inbred dunce. I don't fucking work at the Best Buy!
And also another thing is
Done.
that
Sorry.
this is also going to be lower than this episode is going to be shorter than an hour than we usually do.
fuck
So yeah, because I don't think we're in the mood today.
Not to mention the fact that like
And-
literally
and-
I am sick and like editing this is already gonna
yeah.
be annoying enough as it is.
And also meanwhile, while y'all are watching this during New Year's Eve, if you guys are going to be watching this during, I don't know
That
why.
is when this
I mean,
episode is going live.
Unless like some of you out there are gonna be God forbid, feel bad if it is true, if some of you are gonna be alone for New Year's Eve, you can enjoy us hearing two fucking retards literally trying to get a podcast to work for the third time in a row right now. And David, I am making a fucking declaration right now. Let this be written into the record.
Into the double D
Ledger.
double
Yes, the dibble. I am being 110% serious right now.
Okay, let's
If this session shits itself, y'all are not getting a fucking episode.
facts. No
And
facts.
All y'all are getting is the shitty 35 minutes that we have of the first take that we took, and that's all you're getting.
Yeah, that's straight up.
We'll call it the...
I'm just gonna make an Audacity file at the end of that. Be like,
Hi guys, I'm sorry, the file crapped itself, so that's the end of this episode. Okay, but bye.
Happy New Year's. You filthy animal.
it would be my honor to bring any lonely people like who just at least don't have any plans for this New Year's of like something like that, because I haven't had plans for the last couple New Year's. If anything, I was really warm in the heart when Dennis invited me to like hang out with him and his friends. So honestly, like I need that after last year. I think we all need that after last year. So you're my best friend, Denise. I love you.
You're welcome,
I love
David.
you.
Can we also talk about how, like, I honestly think New Year's Eve, low key, could honestly be more depressing than Christmas?
Right. How?
I think it's just because, at least, like, you know, out of the two, Christmas and New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
I'm not counting New Year's Day because fuck, no one really gives a fuck about New Year's Day. But between Christmas and New Year's Eve, I feel as if though, like for Christmas, it's definitely one of those holidays where like it almost intrinsically kind of like tells you like, oh yeah, you know, go spend the time with your family. And if people who are watching this aren't really that close with their family to begin with, then you know, like, you know, sorry, I guess this doesn't apply to you. But for those of you who are, and like let's say you guys kind of live far away, and like, you know, maybe perhaps like you just kind of also like make it a tradition to go every year to like go meet up at your family's place and like, you know, have Christmas there or even your place, wherever. Like Christmas for the most part, like, you know, we've been taught for so long, especially through movies and stories and shit, that like spending time with your family during Christmas is like, I at least feel like it's as corny as it may seem, but like if you are close with your family, like, you know, you want to spend time with your family on Christmas. For New Year's Eve, that does not apply, because for the most part, at least from what I've at least been able to observe, because my birthday is literally on New Year's Day. Like I was born on January 1st.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get fucked up with my mom.
Yeah, exactly. New Year's Eve for the most part is not that sort of like kind of holiday. And I feel as if like, you know, whenever, like, you know, if you got a lot of friends, right? And maybe there might be a few people out there in our audience that don't really have too many friends. And if that is the case, then I guess we'll be your friends for New Year's Eve this week. For today, I guess, for tonight. But for the most part, like, you know, when we think of New Year's Eve, it's like, you know, usually, you know, house party, lots of alcohol, more than usually Christmas, unless you have that one drunk uncle who just loves to get hammered during Christmas.
My drunkle Stan.
Yeah, you're literally your one drunkle stand that everyone I think has in their family that just like loves to get plastered during Christmas.
Spikes the eggnog.
And even more so perhaps like on New Year's Eve. And in the case of New Year's Eve too, it's usually that's like I could probably say this better, but like I feel as if it's one of those holidays that you usually spend time with your friends with a drink in hand, usually. And I feel as if if you do have like pretty dark thoughts, even like for some people, like that seasonal depression like really hits you like during the holidays. And I'll be honest here. Like I thought about it a little bit. If I didn't have my friends and if I didn't have my family either, like I probably would be going to a bridge somewhere during Christmas and like really be thinking about like, Merry Christmas, I guess, and then like God forbid, like just like take me away, cruel world, and like it's sorry for getting dark here, but it's just like I do kind of at least commiserate for a lot of people who do have those kind of thoughts during Christmas and during the holidays in general, because it's because a lot of people like it all depends on your circumstances, I guess. Like I'm not in that circumstance. Like I have a lot of people that I have in my life that do love me, and I'm not taking nothing away from anyone else, like and not minimalizing or marginalizing or whatever suffering you're feeling. Like some people have shitty parents. Like I learned that like pretty young in life, and not from me, but like I've met other people who had parents who probably weren't like the best of people, and that's putting it mildly. And it really opened my eyes and kind of made me glad for the parents that I do have, because I've seen some real shitty parents.
Oh yeah,
like
same.
in my life, I've seen it, and it really puts things into perspective for yourself, and kind of really makes you glad that you have the parents that you do, because you could have had that.
I think about that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about that a lot as of lately. My ex's parents, for one, they were not good.
Not supportive parents.
Well, not that they're not supportive. They just had so many fucking issues and stuff that really held her back and whatnot. And you're talking about the bridge thing right there, and it's funny because I guess we'll cut straight to the chase this time, as opposed to what we did when in the last recording. God, this is so fucking cursed. Everything about tonight is just cursed. But we're getting this fucking episode out. We are getting this fucking episode out.
But I also love how like after those like 2 shit takes that we did, and now we're on our third. It's like I decided to get like real dark, introspective.
I was about to say like, yo, man, Happy New Year.
He's like, yeah, Happy New Year. Don't kill yourself. Like.
Oh God, my throat.
Oh yeah, David, you were saying.
Yeah. It sucks because I was actually getting used to the webcam. I don't know. Maybe we could try it again one day and like see.
When I get better Wi-Fi,
just troubleshoot what the problem is, I guess. Yeah. It's funny. You talk about the bridge thing right there. It's one of the most iconic scenes of any Christmas movie ever made. In that, we again when before the podcast exploded, we were talking about the childlike bewilderment and the bewilderment of Christmas and how that can kind of fade as you get older, and what kind of things can really bring that back to you as an adult. And it's like it's hard, because for me, like, like my parents still ask me to like ask them for stuff that they want, and like it's an adult thing to do that, to be straight up like that, but at the same time it's like I also want to be surprised. I don't want to ask you for like the latest video game or whatever. It's like I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, but I asked for certain things. Got a mini fridge now, which is the exact reason we used webcams in the last episode. I just wanted to show Dennis real quick, and then Dennis was just like, wow, David, you're really hot. I want to look at you for the whole episode, the whole time we record. And I'm like, all right, fine, Dennis. All right.
So, David, why don't you for your New Year's resolution, resolute to not be a fucking liar?
What am I lying about? What are you talking about?
I never said
you
that.
Literally said just like, oh, let's use webcams today. It's the last episode.
Not because the last thing I wanted to see was your face.
I'm sick right now off the booster, so my face is
joking.
I'm
joking.
Anyway, the thing that brings that Christmas out to me, because like I've tweeted out a couple of times, oh fuck Christmas or whatever, because I got like cursed out by a dude at a Best Buy again for not knowing how much a hoverboard is. I think I already yelled about that. I did already yell about that. You guys already know. Some people are just really fucking stupid. I didn't pick a fight with the dude. Like confrontation is a little easier for me to handle nowadays. So it's like I got that adrenaline rush, but it wasn't like as anxiety inducing as that would be for me like a couple of years ago. I guess I've just grown a little stronger in that regard. Not that it was a pleasant experience, but the good things about Christmas are the things that really didn't do it as much for me this year. I don't know why. Maybe I've just been working too hard, so I've just been too desensitized to other things. But usually the thing that gives me that like, I figured it out, or like that grounding, I suppose, that like, you know, those good Christmas movies can give you, like that, those down to earth experiences, the things that make you remember what's really worthwhile would be certain Christmas movies, namely It's a Wonderful Life. And that's what I'm thinking of right now, because you were talking about, you know, jumping off a bridge. And obviously that's one of the most iconic scenes from that movie, is when George Bailey's standing on the bridge. It's a Wonderful Life, in my opinion, is literally, I think that movie is like, I think it's legitimately like a perfect film. Not even just because it's like, oh, it's iconic, it's Jimmy Stewart, whatever, blah, 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 this and that. It's because it's just so well written. There's just a purpose for everything. It's such a feel-good movie. It tugs at your heartstrings in just all the right ways. It pinpoints like the unifying like parts of humanity that shows like why we're here on this earth, and that is to be with and support each other. You know, literally the message of that movie is that no man is a failure when he has friends. And I always thought that line was just like, I always thought that line could have been a little stronger, or like that letter could have been a little stronger at the end of the film. But after going through what I went through this year and last year, you know, the isolation factor of COVID and whatnot, losing my hobby, you know, like losing myself, you know, like feeling like I lost my identity as a person because I'm weaning out of my old hobbies and stuff like that for a long time. It wasn't true, but because I felt like I didn't see anybody in so long or whatever, or that, like, you know, all I see from my friends is on Twitter now, which always brings out the worst and everything. It felt like I had no friends, or that I didn't have that support group, and that's when a person really is failing, when they give up on having that in their lives, because only the unloved hate, as Charlie Chaplin said. The unloved and, was it the unwanted? The unnatural. He said the unloved and the unnatural. And I get that now. Because, I mean, I let my ego get in the way of certain things. I let my imposter syndrome get in the way of certain things. And I let that isolating factor get to me. And I actually went to a Smash tournament the other week, and it was like seeing a bunch of old friends again, and it was really good for the soul. You know, I got past a lot of my demons to be able to power through the risk of going to one of those things and dealing with my trauma and whatnot. You know, like I tell myself it was worth the risk. And I've been, even before Christmas, I was thinking of, you know, the end of It's a Wonderful Life, in that, you know, it really did remind me of something. You know, that movie is supposed to be, one of the many themes of that movie is about success and, you know, making sacrifices for other people or whatnot. And the main theme of that movie is that whether you believe it or not, you have impacted people's lives in your life. Without you, their lives would be different. You know, their lives would probably be worse. And, you know, that's one of the things the main character goes through at the end of the film, is that, like, he thinks he's better off dead than alive, and then, like, his guardian angel shows him that that's not true. And then the message of that is that literally no man is a failure when he has friends, and that's what hits. Whenever I'm actually with you or with the other guys or whatever, when I'm with my coworkers at work and stuff like that, who have been such a huge, like, benefit to my mental health, them just being in my lives now and helping me live in the present, it just really reminds you what life is all about. And I think that's really, you know, the biggest spirit of Christmas, you know, not like necessarily the gifts or whatever, or even just necessarily the theme of the holiday. It's the spirit of the holiday in literally just being there for your fellow man. Yeah. And that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
And I'll even go on to say that, like, I honestly, I kind of, there's definitely some characters within a lot of these famous Christmas movies that I think we all kind of, you know. One was especially the Grinch. And
which is what this vaccine is turning me into.
Turning into a fat, green, hairy, hateful motherfucker who hates Christmas. And,
who's also a little bit racist.
Yeah, and I'll even just go on to say too, like, you know, because everyone knows the story. Like, if you've whichever version of the Grinch you've watched, either the live action, the
Eggman version,
the Eggman version, and also the very old Dr. Seuss cartoon that was an adaptation from the original story,
narrated by Boris Karloff, I believe.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, I did not know.
I think
that.
it was,
but probably it would have been. He has like it sounded like him.
Pretty sure it was Boris Karloff.
Okay, so everyone knows, like, you know, what Grinch's whole beef is. I always thought too, like it's like it kind of varied sometimes, like depending on the story, but like it looked as if sometimes his beef was more against the people down in Whoville rather than like Christmas itself. Because at least in the original story, like he hated,
he was envious of them.
Yeah. He was envious, and at the same time, like there was even some other versions where it seemed as if like he just hated the noise. Like he just could not fucking stand how happy these people were, and like how much noise they were making and everything. And I'll say this, like for a guy, like I mean in some of the iterations, right? Like we always seen him just be like this hateful motherfucker who lives up on this mountain that basically just looms over the town. But he never leaves. He just stays there. And
what a gamer.
Yeah. Literally. Like Grinch straight up might have been like the first incel in history.
Oh, that sucks because like he's fucking old too.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, in the Jim Carrey version, remember, like, how, like, we got his backstory and everything, like, Cindy.
Oh, yeah, for, like, the first hour of the film before it gets into the actual source material. Where it talks about how he was, like, bullied in school and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know, like, truth be told, that movie did not have to go that hard and like go deep into like the Grinch's whole backstory, because to be fair, like did we ever really I mean I don't know if anyone's out there that's like just love the Grinch so fucking much, but like did we really need this guy's backstory? No, because the whole point of the whole fucking movie is essentially to be, it's a Christmas movie, like through and through, like that's what it is. And like, and you know, obviously the Grinch is like just supposed to represent people out there who just like either really hate Christmas or they don't give a fuck about it, or like they also hate people who like Christmas.
Wait. I have to cut you off for one thing real quick. Did you know that in Ron Howard's The Grinch, the Who's are actually at their Christmas party?
Wait.
At their Christmas party, they're having a swingers party.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
Look up Grinch Swinger Party right now. Because in that scene, the old biddy, right, is collecting all of the party-goers' keys in a fishbowl. To be exchanged at the end of the night. That's a swingers thing. The whole notion of that is you're supposed to reach into the fucking keys, into the bowl of keys, and whoever's key you take, that's the person you go home with.
Oh my God.
So yeah, if you want to talk about, you know, the spirit of Christmas, or, you know, respecting the source material of the Grinch, you remember the part of the original special narrated by Boris Karloff, you know, where they all, you know, just fuck.
Yeah, all just fucked each other's wives.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Holy shit.
And at Christmas, they say, the best part of their lives was when the Who's down in Whoville fucked each other's
wives. Yeah, let's go.
Straight up, though, this is like one of those fucking, like, you know, Shrek, like, you know, over the head of the child thing.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because the Who's in live action, oh, they're so gross looking. They look like these fucking, like, weird, like, aliens from, like, you know, Venus.
I will say that one, like, clearly this was supposed to be like the hot chick of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was her name in the movie? Martha?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Martha Stewart.
Let's be real. For 80 years old, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
She looks incredible for 80.
Like, she looks all right. That's what money does, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what was her name? Martha May. That was her. She was played by Christine Baranski, and she was born in the 50s, so she's like 7. So she's like 69, Reneo.
No, Dennis, I'm gonna send this to your Discord. Like, literally, look at this fucking shot. Like,
What, is it the bowl with the keys?
No, it's not the fucking bowl with the keys. It's like, look at this. On screen for, you know, the YouTube viewers right now. Like, this is an actual still.
That's... And guys, this was...
it's just the Grinch's face and her titties.
This is a children's movie.
What the fuck? I don't remember any of this.
Can I be real with you, David? Right now,
Please.
she got me a little horny when I was a kid when I watched this movie.
Well, the thing is, it's like her nose isn't even that like who-like, so she's kind of like more human looking than she appears.
She was honestly like the better looking out of everyone in that town. Like she was definitely like the girl next door. Everyone knows me because I'm pretty and I probably fucked the mailman, or the kind of girl. Like she had a reputation, I bet, and like everyone remembers in the plot, like the mayor just wanted to get in her pants like so badly, like. And I love how like it was just so weird. Like it kind of makes you even think like, wow, like because he was pretty public with how like how much he like was pining for her, you know, and it makes you think like, oh, like this is kind of. I'm not trying to bring in modern politics into this, but like a lot of politicians nowadays, like they probably could do that and get away with it. So it's like
that pussy.
Like, they probably do that.
Stunk. What the fuck is this movie?
I even, if there was one thing I remember, like from around the time that this movie came out, like I remember they had I cannot believe, like I still remember this. Like I had so many memories with this board game. There was a Grinch version of the Monopoly game that had come out along the time of when this movie was released. And I remember I bought it, well, I guess my mom bought it one day when we were at the mall. And this was when I wasn't even living around here. Like, this was when I was living out, like, in the fucking sticks in, like, Clinton. And I remember I played that board game so much with my cousins. Like, and, like, all the cards, all the properties were all, like, Dr. Seuss sounding shit. Like, oh, you landed on, Who Main Avenue. You owe me 15 Who bucks. Like, literally, like, everything was just, like, Whoville Dr. Seussified in that it, like, from the very, like, box of the game to, like, the very board and cards, everything. And I don't know. I just wanted to share that because, like, it's just, like, one of those things where, like, I was so young, too. Like, and I know a lot of people, like, don't really remember their childhood, but, like,
did the
it's
game
just, like,
come with, like, a set of keys? For you to put in a fishbowl for the women to blindly select from at the end of the night for sexual gratification, Dennis?
Unfortunately not.
Fucking A, man. I cannot believe they got away with that shit.
Yeah. Because, again, guys, this is supposed to be a children's movie.
Oh, my God.
And I'll say this much. Christine Baranski, who played, like, the main hot chick of the fucking, of the movie.
The sexy Who.
Yeah, like literally the sexy Who. Like fuck Martha, you're sexy Who of the fucking movie. Like that's your character name. Like she also had that like raspy voice. Like it's like I want to fuck you. Like literally type of voice and everything. And it was just like honestly, I think it just stands. Like this movie is probably arguably one of the greatest Christmas movies like ever made, and it's barely a Christmas movie. I will go on the record to say that, like, the fucking Grinch by Ron Howard is one of the greatest Christmas movies.
It was a cash grab.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It was just a cash grab. I mean, honest to God, because it shits on the fucking original Grinch. Because, again, there's like a fucking hour. Like, there's like a whole extra hour of this movie that has nothing to do with the original story.
Yeah.
Like, literally nothing. Because they're just like, oh, how are we going to make this thing long enough to be a feature film? I don't know. They could have extended it, like, a little. Maybe, but like you didn't need like all this fucking backstory.
Yeah, and like it was obviously like, you know, this is so fucking autistic. Like we're literally going so in depth on a fucking like on Ron Howard's The Grinch.
Yeah, I was about to say like we've been talking about this for too long now, haven't we?
But I will at least go on the record to say, they like Christmas movies have come and gone, like, and I think obviously like that whole nostalgia bias like definitely plays into like why we, because like Christmas movies are obviously like a seasonal thing, like, you know, one comes out every fucking year, like literally, and it's always got the same fucking plot. It's like either like I'm trying to, it's there's always like either the family oriented one or like the love oriented one, you know what I mean? It's like the guy who's trying to find love during Christmas, Or it's either the girl trying to find love on Christmas, and it's just also like the other side of the story. It's like on the other side of the spectrum of Christmas movies. It's always either that or like the father or somebody, parents just trying to like reconnect with their family on Christmas. And like there's always that like nice, happy like conclusion at the end where it's like they're all together at the table, or they're all like just hearing that one jerk off cousin like playing piano, and like they're all just like holding each other like as they're looking at the fireplace or the fuck Christmas tree.
Hallmark movies
like,
where they made the exact same film every year, so
literally,
much to the point where like the fucking box art of all the films looks exactly the same.
If you put all of them together, like all those like movie posters, like they all look the same.
Have
literally every single fucking one. They all look the same. And I actually watched this one Christmas movie with
like literally
with
look at this.
sister.
I'm gonna send this to you right now. I have that picture you were talking about. I just found it.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this to you right now, and I need you to fucking like pay close attention. I'll put this one on screen as well, again for like the YouTube fucking for the
people.
YouTube for the YouTube people. These are all different movies. These are all different movies.
What the fuck?
Look at these. Look at it. Do you see this shit? All different movies. You can't make this shit up.
No, you really can't.
They don't even have creative titles. The one at the
shit.
bottom left is literally just called "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas."
Wait until these Hallmark motherfuckers start to bring in like black people into these posters.
They're not gonna do that. You know, like the fucking middle-aged Karens who watch this shit, they're gonna get scared. They don't want to see that shit.
I cannot believe,
literally,
dude. Holy shit.
To the point where they're wearing the exact same colors in every fucking picture. The same age white. Oh, that one has a guitar at the bottom. Look at her. She's got a guitar, so she's quirky and different.
They all the same.
This
fellas.
was Hitler's dream.
Hallmark Christmas
movies, yeah.
He was like talking to Goring one day. It's like, Goring, I love these American Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, this is what I gotta make the fucking thumbnail.
It's like, when we finish the war in Russia, we shall invade the United States, and we will Germanify these Hallmark Christmas movies, and obviously replace English with German, because that's what the, you know.
They will get mad. He's at the Reichstag.
Yes,
As he enters the film.
Because have you seen Goebbels' wife? Holy shit! Why did she marry him? Holy fuck! Like, do you see it? Like, I thought I was evil. He is
a very Goebbels Christmas. Fucking A, man. Oh,
watch like our fucking thumbnail for the episode is just gonna be like Goebbels with like that one famous picture everyone has of Goebbels when he's smiling, and it's just him with a Santa.
God.
One of the most cursed images I've ever thought of in my head.
Blinded by the Reich. See, this is why I wish we could use webcams. I want to see Dennis laughing again. At first, I didn't like it, but then I'm like, oh, it's going pretty good so far.
Jingle Reich. Kill Jews by the tons. I don't know.
Jingle bells, also fair to the Reich.
All what fun it is to kill Slavs and not freeze in the winter, yeah.
Oh, my lord. Alright, Grinch movie weird, though. Grinch movie weird, Hallmark, the most shameless, uninspired bullshit films that have ever been produced in the world. Like, on some fucking Sierra Burgess shit.
Someone's probably got a collection of those two. I bet. I fucking
definitely
bet.
like some Karen in like Tennessee.
Yeah. Some middle-aged ass woman like probably has like a whole like closet full of these movies and just like, which one should I pick out today? Let's pick out 2006.
You might as well organize them by the
one.
years, because like literally all the men are wearing the same outfit and all the women are wearing the same one. It's insane.
You know, to be fair, and this is not a jab against white people, but like
fuck white people.
From a glance, this picture that David showed me, like everyone looks the same.
No, literally, that's the point.
Like I know. That's what I'm saying though. It's just kind of like, oh shit, like you would have almost forgotten that these are like not. The same
wait, the
people.
one at the top left is a very, very tiny tint of brown. Maybe she's like 20% Latin or some shit. I don't know. Diversity for a Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm like 5% Sioux. Oh, you're Native American? It's like, no, what the fuck are you talking about?
Time for you to come home for our Christmas love song. Holiday, merry and bright. Christmas on my Angel Falls, a novel holiday. Oh, this one's called The Mistletoe Secret. Oh wow, I wonder what that one's about.
I love how this one sounds like weirdly racist. White before Christmas.
It says I thought the same thing, but it. Wait a minute, does that say white? No,
Yeah.
it says right.
Nah, it's
No,
white.
no,
Come on,
it
it's
says
white.
it says
Nah,
right.
nah,
That's
nah.
an R.
Nah. I'm sorry. It's white before
All right,
Christmas.
whatever. I always thought White Christmas was an insanely racist song. I'm dreaming of a white
Is that a
Christmas.
Sinatra song?
No, it's fucking Bing Crosby. Who fuck Bing Crosby, by the way. He was a piece of shit. Seriously, I hate how he's immortalized in like White Christmas and shit like that because he beat the shit out of his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he was a fucking degenerate. And dude, first of all, White Christmas, fucking shit tier movie. My sister loves it for some reason. So does my dad. I think it's boring and uninspired. It's ugh. Like literally, it's like that was the Hallmark movie of that era. If I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Just about these two crazy guys and these two crazy gals who fall in love filming these Christmas specials, and they're also in the army because all the men in these movies have to be in the army because this was right after wartime. It's so dumb.
He also apparently had ties with the mafia, just like Sinatra.
Oh yeah, no, of course, the whole Rat Pack did. I mean, I'm sure the whole Rat Pack did to some extent, but not as much as the two of them. Obviously, not as much as Sinatra and fucking.
And obviously, like, you know, we know these two. Like, almost anyone, like, even if you weren't even born during Sinatra's time, like, you have at least parents like that knew them.
Hey, Dennis, did you know that the scene where the singer is talking to the Godfather in The Godfather it's based on Frank Sinatra's actual association with the mob?
Hey, Timmy, do me a favor. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck your mother.
Go fuck your mother. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
And yeah, it kind of just makes you like, it really makes you think. You almost couldn't even get into the music industry unless you had ties some way like that.
I don't know. I mean,
like, okay, maybe not that way, because like it's not gonna be like how in Godfather 1 where like, you know, I made him an offer he can't refuse, and he like, I know you never watched it fully, but like there's a scene where like Michael tells a story about Luca Brasi and like, you know, why like he's his dad's enforcer. Like, can I just say too, if Kay walked away from that table as soon as she heard that, there would be no movie.
Yeah.
There would literally be no movie. Like, or at the very least, like, she would not have come for Godfather 2. Because when you hear a story like that, right? Like, don't you just go like, okay. All right there, Mike. It's a great wedding. Congratulations to your sister. I won't call you. I'm gonna go.
Don't ever
leaving.
let me date a woman who's like is into these fucking Hallmark movies, bro. That's a red and a green flag. Point is, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions for a bit. So I guess to end off this topic,
go ahead.
Fuck these Hallmark movies. They just capitalize off the commercialism of Christmas and the fucking naiveness of these fucking middle-aged Karens and play off of their religious beliefs. Good fucking Christmas movies are the actual classics. Like It's a Wonderful Life, that shows what the real meaning
And the Grinch
of and the Grinch, the live action one where he's fucking motorboating her titties. Fuck it, put it back on screen again. Bam. My God. Seriously though, those movies that made us feel something in like the right kind of way. Like It's a Wonderful Life, it's themed around Christmas, and it reminds you that you are worth something, and that like really makes you think like if you didn't exist, how much that would impact like other people's lives. If Dennis wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for me. I can fucking think to myself that like I gave him something to do and he enjoys it. It's a good hobby for him and he loves it. So I'm not useless to him. I'm not better off dead.
And the Grinch teaches you, even if you are one ugly motherfucker, you could still get the hot chick.
With the most unnatural of skin colors that's not found in nature.
You know what I just realized? Grinch was the Pete Davidson of his neighborhood.
Yo, facts. How do you convince that woman to come to Mount Crumpet?
Because, believe it or not, she had a thing for him to begin with.
Oh my god, that's like the weird part about that movie.
Yeah, and she just like I remember when she was getting interviewed by Cindy, like, she was just like, are you really about to describe your sexual urges and feelings toward this green Muppet to a fucking 10-year-old?
Bro, do not let this woman watch a Jim Henson movie. About to send her ass to the swingers party. Hey-o!
All right, before we go any further with this, please, and before you die, let's talk about some New Year's resolutions.
I wound up recording so much longer than I should have.
Like, I fucking hate this episode.
Me, dude, but we have to make it. We're not breaking the streak.
This episode, it's such fucking trash.
It's not trash, it's just cursed. It's cursed is what it is.
Alright, whatever. It's cursed, smelly garbage.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I'm starting to lose my shit. I'm about to barf all over my keyboard. The Chinese food indigestion.
I had Thai food, actually, believe it or not.
I had
Go fuck yourself.
I had Who titties.
What? Who? What?
The Who titties. Like the titties of the Who that the Grinch is motorboating, you fucking idiot. Like the same thing we've been talking about for like the last like 3 minutes.
I thought you were going to talk about what you had for dinner.
I had some sesame chicken. Pretty shitty sesame chicken. Wasn't from a good place.
Take notes. Not Remy and my girlfriend, who are out there in the audience.
Out there in the audience.
The like one other girl probably who listens to this shitty podcast.
Shout out to Remy and Genesis, really exploding our demographics.
Diversified that portfolio.
Fucking mid-20s gamers that listen to us.
David refers to titties as sesame chicken.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. I got it on camera.
Well, maybe if she has like freckles all over her chest.
It's like the sesame seeds.
Then maybe I could call it sesame chicken.
Get that like glazed honey.
That's fucking racist. Okay, now that I think about it, what if like you're talking about like an Asian woman? You know what I mean? It's just like, what if like a guy like calls her that way because like she's Asian? That's fucking racist.
All right, talk about New Year's resolutions. Just wrap this shit.
I was about to say, like, we are fucking going off on nothing right now. Okay, so this episode is airing on New Year's Eve, coincidentally enough. So, what better way to talk about it than I guess to talk about the topic on New Year's Eve than to talk about New Year's resolutions, which some people think New Year's resolutions are overrated, which I get. I usually have a hard time thinking of them, but I'm a little more, I guess in one way, I'm more clear-headed than I used to be because of all I've been through and just because I'm older now and stuff like that. I, try to think about myself and my growth as a person and whatnot, and I think, like, I do have 2 New Year's resolutions, actually. I do have 2 this year, and it's not any broad, generic stuff like, I'm gonna work out. Like, yeah, no, just shut up. You're not gonna stick to that. It's gonna be like 3 days and you're gonna stop. Like, let's be real. Motivation is overrated. Habits are what gets you where you want to get, is what gets you to where you want to go. Mm-hmm. I have one practical New Year's resolution, and I have one more, I guess more so like vague or omnipotent one, like a typical one. The first is I want to move out of my parents' place. I have enough money to do that now, especially with a roommate. So that's an actual goal of mine. I think it's time, if I'm being honest. I've never lived on my own, ever in my life, actually. I didn't dorm for college. I didn't move anywhere else for a little while. Like, obviously, I've stayed in other places and stuff like that, but never for a super extended period of time. And I'm going to be 26 next year, so I think it's really high time that, you know, I get to that place, especially since I've been doing nothing but, like, working my ass off and saving money this year. So, like I mentioned, you know, I guess I'll say that later. So that's my practical goal. I would love to find somebody who I know good and well enough to, I guess, move in with me someplace nearby. That would be great, because I love it in Jersey. Unfortunately, it's expensive as fuck here, but I'm sure I could find something. Yeah, so that's my practical New Year's resolution. I really do want to do that next year. I think I should, at the very least. And the other one is that I just want to live up to my full potential as a person, because I can safely say that this year I'm not. You know, I mean, from where I am, I know that there's so much more I could be doing. It's why I don't want to just completely brand and market myself as just like a smash caster back when I used to do that more actively. It's because I know that there's so much more I could do. I think I should start singing again, because I'm really good at it and I love doing it. Other stuff, you know, forgot how much I love to write, but I just never do it, again, because I'm either too busy or too lazy. What else? I am honestly thinking about trying stand-up. I mean that.
Ooh.
Because I think if I really put the work in on that, I think if I really put in the effort, I think I could be. I think I could be great at that. You know, I watch like some comedians and whatnot. There's this new one I've been. Well, he's not new, but he's new to me. Is a comedian called Randy Feltface. Have you ever heard of Randy Feltface, Dennis?
No, but that name, like, holy shit, makes me want to look him up.
Look him up. Look him up right now. He's a puppet.
Ah! Like Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
In a sense, yeah, but it's not ventriloquism. It's just the guy's just underneath the desk.
That's honestly great, though. I actually really
He's
like it.
really fucking funny. Like, he's really funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he did this whole fucking bit, like, at, like, this Sydney show. He's like, oh, it's so great to be here in Sydney. I love visiting your city. Whilst I am in town, I am staying with a friend. They have a cat. Turns out I am allergic to this cat. So I went to the pharmacist today to get some poison to kill the cat. Turns out they didn't have any poison. Had to get antihistamines. You win this round, cat. It's so silly. I love him. Yeah.
I actually really like those like the puppet comedians. Like, I always actually
we'll watch some quick clips of him, like, after we end the episode. But honestly, I see stuff like that, and it reminds me that I'm not living up to my full potential. And I don't want to let shyness get in the way of that. There's so much I could do, and I think I could really just, like, live up to my fullest self, and in that way learn to love myself better than I ever could have even taught myself this last year in the wake of my trauma. You know what I mean? Whether that's stand-up, writing, or comedy, the podcast, anything else, I just want to be the best me I can be. I mean that authentically. That's my New Year's resolution. I know it sounds like vague, omnipotent, corny, you know, not something you're going to commit to, whatever, like, oh, something that's more like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, non-grabbable, you know, like, not as plausible, if you would. It's not like a practical, it's a very non-practical goal. It's something generic. You know what I mean? And, like, vague, but it's something I genuinely mean. So that's a big one for me. And I really hope I can get the chance to do that next year. Because I watch Randy Feltface. I'm like, he's so fucking funny. And I'm like, I think I could honestly work a crowd like that if I was given that opportunity enough and had good enough of material and stuff like that. I could be dead wrong. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm usually good at making people laugh and standing in front of people and stuff like that. I think I could be great at that. Who knows? But I'm not going to know until I try, so I can't let fear stop me from doing those things, because it's different now. When I was a kid, I wanted to do stand-up, but it's just because there was this really busty girl that I really liked, and my 15-year-old brain couldn't differentiate the fact that I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for her. But obviously that was 10 years ago. I'm 25 now, and I haven't really been doing shit for anybody but myself. Besides my friends, of course. I help people out occasionally, but, like, I don't dedicate my time and my well-being and my what's the word I'm looking for here, my self-worth to helping other people. You know, it's been about me. 2020 was about healing from my trauma. 2021 was about making money, and 2022 is going to be about making moves. I got it all clear set out. So
Nice.
that's why I wanted to talk about resolutions, because I have some genuine ones this year. Besides the fact that I want to hear yours.
I want to write more.
Fuck you. I was talking to the audience, not you.
Fuck you. I'm talking about me right now.
I'm kidding.
They could wait.
I'm kidding. I'm
could
kidding.
wait.
I'm
kidding.
I was talking about you, Denise.
Better be fucking talking about me. You guys
I'm always talking about you. I started a podcast with you. I'm always
such a narcissist thing to say. It's like, yeah, you better be talking about me.
You better be talking about me. I am Adolf Hitler. Adolf the Third Reich.
Adolfo. If he was Spanish. But yeah, I wanna. If there was one thing that I
Viva la Aliens.
felt like I wanted.
Sorry.
One thing, yeah, I definitely wanted to do a little more was definitely write more. Like, I guess it also just long story short, I guess, like I've been listening to a lot of movie and video game soundtracks like for the last like couple months, and I will say this, not that I don't like any other music out there. Like, I don't really have a problem with most genres. Like I have my whole Spotify and even my whole phone is just like full of like music from like everything. But the one, I guess, sort of music that I find myself listening to a lot of times is movie and game soundtracks.
Same.
And
I love video game OSTs.
Yeah. And I remember today, actually, like I listened to a soundtrack that that evoked some emotion in me that I had not felt in a long time listening to music. And it was it's gonna sound like such a fucking weeb thing to say, and I hate it, but like I love this fucking soundtrack and this game. I haven't played it yet, but the music is fucking fire, and it's Ghost of Tsushima, which
nice.
for a lot of people who in the audience, who, if you've already played it, you already know that this fucking game makes you want to unleash your inner weeb and learn the way of the katana.
You want to see my katana collection? I live in my mom's house. I'm like 32.
42. And
forgive me, that's just
and
my
I
booster.
will. It's fine, and I will be honest. There have been a couple times this year where I just decided like, like I want to do some creative writing, and like a lot of times like I just like kind of think of scenes up in my head, and usually like the context is in there in my brain, but like so like when I write it out, I guess for me it looks as if like, you know, like it kind of makes sense contextually, but usually like when I write those scenes and like just kind of like like just sometimes having those like creative urges, and like I just kind of want to like write something. Like I noticed a lot that like I usually would like let's say start the scene, write about it, and maybe continue it, but then at the same time like I would also find myself like just kind of dropping it. I have a lot of fucking like I have not a lot, I guess, but like I have a couple of some of those scenes written on Google Docs, and they've just been sitting there for like months now at this point, and like I haven't even finished one of them. And if there was something that I guess as what, David?
I was just gonna give shout outs to David's, you know, like haven't worked on in over a year screenplay. Shout outs to the angel, the star, and the goddess
of Google Docs. Watching over there.
The greatest shitty rom-com ever made.
But yeah, there's definitely
about polyamory, funny enough.
Yeah. Maybe that guy who called you out we'll give you a shout out or some shit.
Honestly, thank you so much for your viewership, man. I mean, I'm glad you at least got something, whether it was positive or negative.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue, Dennis.
Yeah, and yeah, if there's anything that I would like to, I guess, put out there as a New Year's resolution is at least to write more about anything and everything. And like I always liked it when I was young too, but like I don't know, like I watched an anime recently that it's called Blue Period, and it's about like this guy who's in high school, and he's kind of aimless. He's a good student, like he gets good grades. He does great on exams. Like this guy's like, you know, people thinking like, oh, he's on the fast track of like, you know, like of being somebody, but internally he doesn't really know what the fuck he wants to do. And even though this is obviously set in a Japanese setting, his whole troubles like is something that I'm pretty sure like every young person out there, even if they're like outside of high school and like they already like out in there in the real world, like they all feel that way. Like they don't feel fulfilled with what they're doing at the moment. Like a lot of people, I'm sure that like are in big name office jobs, like they wanted to, I'm pretty sure that was not the first thing they wanted to do. And he stumbles upon he stumbles upon a art club, and I legit like kind of teared up. And this was only off of the first episode. Like he walks into the art club, and like, you know, he like has the same kind of thoughts that a lot of people have about art in general, where it's like, you're not going to really make any money out of this. Like, why are you doing this? It's pointless. Like, you know, it's just going to be like, it's going to all amount to nothing in the future. And the teacher there, like, thinks she's not like confrontational with him about it. Like, and she's fairly old. So, and she kind of at least, you know, she says like, I understand, like, you know, what you're saying, but like there's even a couple students in there that basically say like, you know, he kind of talks to them, the main character, he talks to them and asks like, you know, why do you want to do this? Like, why do you want to be an artist? Like, you know, like why are you struggling so much for this? And like, why are you even doing it knowing that like, you know, there is a very good chance that like you could be broke by the end of this. Like you could, like, it could amount to nothing. And one thing that I'm like getting kind of emotional even remembering it, because like it was one of those few times like when I was watching something that like, because this is real slice of life stuff. Like this isn't like some crazy big titty, like, you know, like, oh, like mecha bitch like anime like, you know, like trying to fight the aliens and stuff like that. It's literally just like, you know, young people and their like struggles, and
like not any of that like absurdist anime, like something that's like relatable.
Yeah, exactly, like very relatable. And like, and I know, David, like you usually would not watch any anime to begin with. I
don't have any problem with anime. It's just not something I get into, you know.
But that's why I'm saying, like, if there was one that I would definitely recommend, it's definitely this one called Blue Period. Because it's and again, I only watched the first episode. I haven't been able to continue it yet, but I definitely will get around to it. I guess I could throw that on the New Year's resolution too. But the episode ends with the guy, he draws a picture from this one morning that he had with his friends. Like it was like real early in the morning, like, and he was in the middle of Shibuya, Tokyo, and he looks up at the sky, and it's just like this, he sees it as like this immensely just like beautiful setting to him. Like it's just like blue all over. And like one day in art class, he comes in and like the teacher asks them to basically draw something, and he draws the cityscape that he saw in his head from the street sidewalk up where the buildings and the skyscrapers were, and plus like even like the sky and everything. And he like just goes all out on it. Like, and he can't even draw that well either. Like he's not exactly like inherently talented or anything. But he finishes, and everyone's stuff is on display, and I hated that shit. I'll admit, like when I was in art class, I had to draw shit, and it had to be put on display for everybody to see. I hated that shit so much because like I couldn't draw for shit, and whenever everyone saw like my terrible drawing, I was just like, I want to go kill myself because this looks fucking terrible.
Yeah,
like I guess like it's like, and for him, like in this scene, like he puts his stuff up, and one character that he was actually getting into a fight with before actually compliments the piece, and he like actually like straight up cries like receiving the compliment. And he then decides at the end of the episode, going to the art teacher, like, oh, I want to be an artist. And like, this is something that I want to do. Like, it just evoked something in him that like he just wanted to go. Like, he wanted to do this. And the teacher earlier mentioned that there was only a few universities in Japan that basically were tuition free and also considered to be one of the best art schools in the country. And she even said that only like 5% of applicants even get in. So like, this was like, I even joked with my girlfriend because I watched that first episode with her. Like, this kid is basically like, he's his whole dream is like the equivalent of Naruto wanting to be Hokage. Like, this guy is like, I want to be the greatest artist in the world. Like, I want to get into this school. Like, at least that's like where his goal is at. And the episode ends like, and basically him resolving that like, I want to, like, this is what I want to do now. And like, it almost got me kind of nostalgic because like, I remember when I was young too. I had that semester in film school, and it made me think like, was I a pussy like back in the day for dropping it? Like, if I continued it, like, it really just fucked with me. Like, and I really like, I didn't like it, but at the same time, like, I let myself feel that because that's how I felt. I was very scared when I first went into film school, and again, like, I was having fun. Like, it was great. Like, I met a lot of great people there. But I only did it for one semester because like, I really thought about it. Like, you know, I don't know if I could do this. Like, not that I thought like, actually, yeah, I guess it was this. Like, I honestly kind of felt like, you know, maybe I'm not like, because I wanted to be like a director and stuff. But like, you know, I thought like, you know, it's like, am I really even directing material? There was a lot of that self-doubt. And that usually happens for 19-year-olds who just get into college and everything. And, you know, for all the people out there who went into college and not knowing like what they wanted to do, like, for their future, at the end of it, like, you're not the only one. I was there too. And I have graduated and I have a better idea of what I want to do, but it took time. And just know that, you know, you're going to find what you're looking for. And I'm sorry to say it does take time though, but you'll find it. And yeah, that one episode was enough to make me go like, fuck, like not that I want to draw, because like, I know for a fact I can't draw for shit, but like I want to, like, you know,
same.
I want to do something creative,
just something involved, like, in that way. I always
yeah,
got that vibe from you. You never told me that, but I always knew that some, like, deep down, I'm like, this guy, you know, he's good at what he does, but he's also, there's a creative side to him as well. I know there is, and I told you that when you actually had a lot of doubt yourself about you being able to do the podcast, because, well, we'll be honest, you were a little self-conscious after the first episode. Yeah. I remember. And then I went on this big tangent to Dennis and whatnot, basically ending it with, and I was actually just thinking about this today randomly when I was in the car. I literally told Dennis, I'm like, I chose you to do this thing with for a reason.
Because you're gay.
Why do you gotta fucking ruin everything?
I'm sorry.
Fucking asshole. I literally told him, like, I chose you to do this thing with for a fucking reason. I mean that because I saw that in Dennis at the time, that he's this guy that I can talk about anything with and just wind up talking about anything with. The way I pitched the show to him was that we met up and we talked for like 45 minutes about fucking nothing, just like memeing about like anything, something like really funny, like side talk conversation. NYC, bing bong. And I told him, like, Dennis, you know, we've been talking for like almost an hour before I even got to the pitch. And that's when Dennis like nodded his head and he was like, okay, let's do this. That's how that happened. And after the first episode, just because we were like still finding our stride with it, we did a practice episode beforehand, but we were still kind of nervous. We didn't know our flow yet, how me and him work together and stuff like that. Even now and again, when we have a guest, I'm like, okay, how do we work around them a little bit? And it's a pretty free flowing show, so it's usually not anything we're too self-conscious about. But at the same time, Dennis was kind of self-conscious afterwards, and I told him, like, literally, I chose you for a reason, and I don't think it's true anymore, but at the very least, at that moment, I saw something in him that just, at least for a little bit, he didn't see in himself, just because, like, he had a little self-doubt, which we all have at any given point. I relate more to what you said than you might think, Dennis, because there was this TV class that I took back in Montclair that I dropped because the teacher was the fucking devil. And literally, sometimes I think...
I think I remember, yeah, you told me.
Sometimes I think how things would have been different, but, like, you know, I have a degree in something that's not completely related to what I'm going to do, but a lot of the most successful people in the world have degrees that have nothing to do with their careers. Danny Sexbang has a fucking... He has a fucking degree in advertising.
And he hates advertising, if I remember.
Yeah, he has a fucking degree in advertising. So what's he going to do with that degree? I'm going to become a fucking rock star. And he did. You know, like, the piece of paper doesn't define you, like how Dennis said to all the young people out there. It's like, you're going to take time to find your stride, but don't feel bad about, like, taking those years to find your stride. You know what I mean? You're young. You don't need to have that sort of, like, whopping success by the ripe old age of 25. Like, I know Twitter fucking thinks that, like, the second you hit 30, you might as well, like, start fucking, like, signing on to get into nursing homes. But, like, that's not true. You have so much life ahead of you, and you can make a fucking... It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. It is never, ever, ever too late to make a positive change in your life.
Or even do something creative, too.
You know, talk about Christmas. That's literally the moral of a fucking That's literally the moral of a fucking Christmas Carol. That's the entire fucking moral of that story, is that it's never too late to make a positive change in your life. That's the entire fucking message of that story, man. See, this is what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. Dennis, we did it. We found it. We did it. Yay.
Hooray, David, we saved Christmas. And just see, like, a hellscape behind.
I was about to say, don't talk about the Double D Experience Christmas special. Don't talk about that shit. Oh my god, the fucking nightmare that would be. Oh, we did it, David. We saved Christmas. What would our Christmas special even fucking be about?
I don't know, just like a lot of anger.
Well, if you ever want to try to write something together, I mean, maybe that would be fun. I almost wrote a fucking Christmas special. Me and my buddy Joe, we about Glintendo, actually. we were straight up gonna call it a very Glintendo Christmas. And we were gonna, like, theme, like, so many of the characters around, like, it was gonna be a parody of a fucking Christmas Carol, and we were gonna theme them after our friends based on, like, their retirement status in the Smash community. It was actually pretty brilliant.
It's like old and gray. It's like, I remember when I used to play Captain Falcon.
Straight up.
His up B was OP.
Fuck, I gotta hit up Joe again, man. I bought him a cameo for Christmas, actually. You know, like those little cameo things where you buy, like, you know, like a video from a celebrity to, like, shout them out.
Oh, which
I did that for Arlo, the Blue Muppet. Arlo, the YouTuber.
Oh.
And I made him do, like, wish him a Merry Christmas, but I made him do his absolute best impression of a chicken. Matter of fact, hold up a second. I'll see if I can do it. I'm gonna try and see if I could cut to that video in the podcast episode today. If I can, I'll do that right now. If not, whatever, I suppose. Since I guess it's technically mine since I paid for it. Audio listeners, you'll be able to hear it too, at least, so it doesn't matter. And, like, a matter of fact, I'll fucking actually hold on. Let me do this. Hold on just a second. This is what we're gonna end the fucking episode on. Here we go. Here, hold on.
Ho, 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 Joe! It's me, Arlo Claus, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I hope you're able to spend it with the people that you love. I hope you're getting wonderful presents and cookies and candy and all sorts of stuff. Joe, I hope you have the best Christmas ever, and a Happy New Year as well. From me, your good friend, Arlo.
Wait for it. See, the context of that clip is that it's become sort of a meme in our group of friends in North Jersey. My friend Joe does the most spot-on, hilarious impression of a chicken. So I decided, you know what? Let's get his favorite YouTuber to do that for him. Let's get that to go down.
Let's give him a taste of his own medicine.
I made Arlo buck the pagok. Anyway,
David, can I be real with you? I would have loved it if like we didn't even plug anything and we just ended the episode with that.
I mean, I guess we still can, but I mean, we didn't do a fucking outro or anything. So honestly, yeah, we gotta do a call to action real quick because first of all, here's my Fiverr. You can check this out if you wanna hire me for your voiceover project, character work, commercial, promo, stuff like that. I can do pretty much everything that I have listed that's actually on my profile. Gotta update my demo reel still, but you know how it is. Can't wait till after the holidays where I'm not like super busy anymore. But if you like the sound of my voice, you know, this clear, pristine, totally not COVID boosted voice that fuck, that actually wasn't planned. If you like the sound of my voice, you can hire it for your project. And that would be great. So, Dennis, the plugs real quick, I guess.
Those are the plugs. Goodbye, everybody. I'm joking.
I'm displeased.
Spotify, Google, YouTube, Breaker, I was gonna say Pog.
Poggers.
Poggers and Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and of course, not Facebook, because Facebook started a coup, and we're gonna continue to say that because fuck Facebook.
Been almost a year since that
Instagram.
coup.
Yes, the anniversary of that coup.
That's what fucking CNN's gonna call it. You already.
Oh God, and okay, so not Facebook, but Instagram, and also Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for listening to these two dumbasses trying to make this fucking podcast work.
Hey, I think it worked out really well. We were funny. We got deep and philosophical with this one. We legit learned, dude. We actually remembered the true meaning of Christmas in this episode. Like we actually did.
This is true.
And that being said,
you're right.
And that being said, please let us know what your New Year's resolutions are down below in the comments.
And also why or why not you hate Christmas. If you have a reason to hate Christmas. But guys, thank you guys again so much for sticking with these dumbasses for a whole year. And we'll be back next year.
Yeah. We will see you all in the new year. A whole year of not missing a single episode. So to those of you guys who have stayed with us since the fucking beginning, you guys are...
Thank you.
I don't care if you're a man or a woman listening to this. You have the biggest dick. Like, you're the best. You're actually the best. Like, the fact that we have this little tight-knit community that we have listening to our show, it means a lot to us. So, honestly, from both me and Dennis to you, just mwah. We genuinely do fucking, like, love you guys. Real shit. So, Thank you all so much.
Thank you for any and all the comments, all the likes as well. Like, thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next
Real special episode coming for the beginning of the new year, so you guys aren't going to want to miss that, all right? We love you all. Mwah. Take care.
I farted.
I farted out of my mouth.
Lights off till next year, fuckos.
Yeah, fuck. What was that?
I hit my mic arm.
I was about to say.